Hey guys, what's going on? It's Carter, and in today's video, I want to talk about every dieter's worst enemy, hunger. Now, obviously, we've all experienced hunger at one point or another, but whenever you're dieting, your hunger signals are only increased. And what typically is a very manageable feeling, normally people can deal with their hunger in the short term. Whenever you're dieting, it can quickly become a long-term issue. And in my experience, I believe that hunger while dieting is one of, if not the biggest reason why people give up in their pursuits for losing weight. And now, unfortunately, the truth is that you can't completely eliminate hunger, especially whenever you're dieting. Dieting requires that we be in a calorie deficit, which means we aren't feeding our body enough energy from food to maintain its current weight. So naturally, the body will respond during this time by upregulating hunger and telling you essentially to eat more food. So the challenge becomes managing this hunger so that you don't deplete all of your willpower and end up giving into your temptations or binge eating. Now, like I said, eliminating hunger completely is probably not going to happen, but there are things that you can do that can reduce or suppress your hunger and make dieting much easier. The first tip I have for suppressing your hunger is to drink more water. Obviously, there are a number of reasons why you should be drinking enough water for your health, but one of the big reasons is dehydration. But interestingly, the same part of our brain that signals thirst also signals hunger. And so what can happen is that you feel hungry when in reality it might just be that you're thirsty or slightly dehydrated. So here's what to do. Instead of acting on your urge to eat in the moment, especially if you think that you shouldn't be hungry, like if you only ate like an hour or two beforehand, try drinking a 16-ounce glass of water and then waiting about 15 to 20 minutes. What you'll probably find is that your feelings of hunger was actually just thirst, and they subside in about 15 or 20 minutes. But if the feelings continue, then it might actually be real hunger, and then you might want to eat something at that point. The second tip I have for managing hunger is to eat more whole foods. And whenever I'm talking about whole foods, I mean things like fruits, vegetables, lean meats, whole grains, things like that. Now, obviously, eating whole foods is important because they contain a ton of, micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, all those things that we need. But they also have a powerful effect on our hunger levels. You see, most whole foods contain a lot of water and fiber, both of which have been shown to increase our satiety. Foods that are higher in water and fiber content are normally more volumizing and fill up the stomach for less calories. One of the main ways that our brains signal fullness or tell us that we are full come from stretch receptors in the stomach that send signals to the brain saying that we're full and that the stomach is filled with contents. It normally takes about 20 minutes for those stretch receptors to send signals to the brain that you are full. And so when you eat more whole foods, those stretch receptors will send signals to your brain that you're full. So what you need to do is make sure that a good portion of your diet, at least 80%, is coming from whole foods. And then after you eat a meal, try to wait 15 minutes before you go up for seconds. And the final tip I have is to stay busy. Whenever you are dieting, your goal should be to think about food as little as possible. If you're just sitting around all day and just thinking about food, being bored, then it's gonna increase your chances of overeating. So I recommend that you try to find hobbies or activities that keep you busy and, more importantly, keep your mind off of food. Some things that I've personally done that have helped, are like reading, going for walks, which kind of serves two purposes. One, it keeps your mind off of food, and then two, it helps you be more active and burn more calories. All right, so those are my 3 tips for lessening and managing hunger while on a diet. If you want to learn more about hunger and satiety while dieting, then definitely check out my article that I wrote recently that talks about the subject in further detail, and I'll put the link to that in the first comments down below. All right, guys, I hope you liked this video, and I hope it was helpful. If you did like it, please give it a share, or just share it with somebody, privately who you think that this could help. Thanks, guys.